So that's an excerpt of the John Scofield solo from Sticks and Stones. So the part we're going to look at today is this descending lick that he plays, and I played around it so you can kind of hear it in context. But we're back on the tonic, which is B flat, and he plays this lick, which is kind of a device that I first heard or first realized, or first thought about what was going on when I heard Dizzy Gillespie's version of Caravan. There in the introduction, he does this symmetrical kind of descending thing. I think it was descending, but I realized that it used the 1, the flat 7, the sharp 4, and the 3 to make up the lick. And you could go multiple octaves utilizing just the 1, the flat 7, the sharp 4, the 3. So here on this John Scofield passage, he plays the root up top first. He's got the 1, all right, then sharp 4, then 3, all right, 1, flat 7, sharp 4, 3, 1, flat 7, sharp 4, 3, sharp 4, and then he goes to the 1 of the 4 chord, the E flat in this instance. So we'll talk about, as far as guitar, how that's laid out, how it's fingered. You're going to take your pinky and you're going to play the 18th fret B flat on the E string. Alright? And then you're going to be using your third and first fingers here to grab the E and the D. Alright? And then you're gonna kind of walk that down. So the first transition is a little bit tough, but you work on it. You build it up to speed. Okay, so B flat, E, D, and then B flat. Sorry, B flat, E, because we're gonna skip that first flat 7 instance. So from that first skip, it's going to be pretty consistent on down. So B flat, E, you're going to hit the 17th fret E on the B string, 15th fret D on the B string, 15th fret B flat on the G string, 11th fret A flat on the G string, 14th fret E on the D string, 12th fret D on the D string, 13th fret B flat on the A string, 11th fret A flat on the A string, 12th fret E on the E string, 10th fret D on the E string, back to the 12th fret E on the E string, and then the 11th fret E flat on the E string, because now we're on the 4 chord there. So I think the fingering is pretty consistent once you get to a certain point. So it's going to be pinky, and then from there it's going to be third finger, first finger. And then finally, you can use your second finger. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of a slow thing. You could do it a few different ways. But yeah. So that's probably how you want to finger it. Start with your pinky, and then third finger, first finger on down. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. You could slide right there. So you could slide. That's probably what you want to do for the speed and the accuracy. And it's all pretty legato, so you'll want to use pull-offs slide in that instance. All right. And so that's a line you can use to give a little bit of interest, a little bit of color. In the case of a dominant chord, and if you're thinking 7 sharp 11 or 9 sharp 11, it works great on that. That lick works great on that. It also works great on like a fully altered chord. All right. It'll work on that sound as well. Because from the altered scale, we find that we have the 1, the flat 7, the sharp 4, and the 3 as well. So it's great to do over that. I think it definitely lends itself to a dominant sort of sound. So it's a great tool to use as a dominant, secondary dominant. In this case, you know, theoretically, you can think of it as a secondary dominant. Move into E flat as a new tonic, which is the 4 chord. So, but that's pretty typical. But yeah, I think once you hear this, like in the case that I heard Dizzy Gillespie do it on Caravan, you're gonna start hearing this lick, this sound elsewhere, ascending and descending, and it's a once you wrap your mind around it, the fingering, the theory of it, you know, it's pretty easy to move around because it's such a symmetrical scale, so that whatever the fingering is down here, you can use the same fingering up here, any key. So it makes it pretty easy to use once you learn the recipe. And we're learning to cook more than biscuits and gravy, I guess, building solos like this. So that's John Scofield, Sticks and Stones. And if you don't play it just like that, and like you have a big old stick between your teeth, then your bones aren't worthy to play the Tucker Theater.